Well, semifinals are done, and unfortunately, FlyQuest will not be advancing to the first and second place match, though we'll be going up against P1 in the third and fourth. So it was a pretty heavy 0-3. Lemon, you want to talk to me about what happened?
Not really.
Okay.
We lost.
Yeah, understandable.
It's not the best situation for us.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any ideas as to why that happened?
It was mostly even early game for all three games. We kind of came into the mid game basically the same, and then we kind of fell apart. We'd either kind of lose the team fights or just like lose the kind of like control around the map, that kind of thing. I think TSM's a really good team, and they just outplayed us.
Yeah, was it just that? I mean, do you think it came down to communication on their end or whatever? Sounds like you don't think it was like a drafting issue.
No, I don't. I think there's a lot of team fights that we could have won that we didn't. Like we had pretty good team fight comps, and we were pretty even like coming into the mid game team fights.
Yeah.
But I think they outplayed us. Yeah.
Is that whenever something like that happens, when there are breakdowns like that in team fights, do you tend to attribute that more to like team synergy or communication or mechanics? Like how do you account for like the failure to win these team fights?
I think it really depends on the situation. Like take for example the one game where Nautilus is teleporting bot. Like we have this call to go on Nautilus where everybody flashes it out and we kind of overchase and they get a lead off of that. So it's sometimes like prioritization. It's sometimes just mechanics. Like it comes down to a lot of different things. Yeah.
Now, as much as I'm sure it sucks to lose today, there is something interesting about the fact that so many people thought you guys were going to be like a 10th place or 9th place team going into the split. Now you are going to try to, Wait, what was that?
Fuck 'em.
Okay, and we get to censor that. That's fantastic. So,
Wait, you can't say.
we kind of cut it out.
It's on the internet.
We're a classy company, yeah.
Okay.
So there is something to be said about ending up in that position. Did you think that you guys would end up in a third and fourth place match at the end of the split?
Is it your decision to cut out the or is
No,
it
it's not my decision,
it's above
unfortunately.
you?
Yeah,
It's like
no,
cool.
it's not. Also, did your bag just fall? Is that your bag?
Yeah, it'll be okay. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. That's so sad.
I would. I mean, I really don't kind of have those kind of expectations coming in. I don't really think like, yeah, we're gonna be wherever,
Yeah.
I just take every game by game, and win games, we lose games, we play as best as we can. Having expectations about winning or losing can lead to bad mindsets. I've seen a lot of teams have these like super heavy expectations that they're just like better than the enemy team, and they just fuck up,
Yeah.
Like one thing goes wrong and they're like, oh
Yeah.
And I've also seen, people like underestimate themselves and just like kind of give up, and so I think it's bad to have these expectations.
There's a very popular AD carry in the NALCS that I'm not allowed to mention. Otherwise, people say I bring him up too often. But he has, for many years, said you have to have a winner's mentality. Otherwise, you're going to lose. Like, you have to assume you're going to win or think you're better than the other team or whatever in order to do that. You seem to disagree with that sentiment.
Yeah, I disagree with Wild Turtle's sentiment quite a lot.
I've actually, maybe it was Wild Turtle. I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
I think that's a bad mentality to have, but it is a very common mentality among pro players. It's very common to have those kind of like high ego mentalities where you think you're really good. I mean, it just comes with the territory. You're all like, really fucking good at the game to play at the pro level, so having egos and having the winner's mentality is what's going to happen, but I don't think it's actually beneficial. I think it's just natural.
Now, there was an interesting thread on the subreddit this week. I don't know if you saw this, that said something like, FlyQuest management has a lot to answer for, or whatever. Did you hear anything about this?
No.
Okay, so following an interview I did with Hai a while ago, he had sort of said, we're this kind of new team. We don't have very much infrastructure. There's not much support from the organization. We ended up doing an interview with FlyQuest manager Jeff about the whole thing, but I was just curious, there is somewhat of a community perception that FlyQuest, the org, has not supplied you guys with the infrastructure you need, or you don't have analysts or coaches or anything like that. And I was wondering if you wanted to sort of respond to that.
I would say that throughout the split, we didn't have as much infrastructure as the other teams.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't attribute that to any of our failures or anything like that. I think our failures are our own. Like, I think we've been slowly building up and like catching up to the other organizations who have been around for a long time.
Right.
And I think that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not. There's no like. I mean, people were likening this a little bit to the Tainted Minds scenario, or with that Australian team.
No.
No. Okay. Nothing like that.
The Teamfights. I actually heard about that quite a bit beforehand because I'm friends with XPK, you know, and he was talking to me about it, and yeah, I mean that's a bad scenario. Yeah.
I mean, it's a $7,500 scenario or 7,000. I forget.
Yeah.
You saw the LCS ruling.
I think 7,500. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the type of scenario it is apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very good. Is there any expectations you have for the Phoenix 1 game? I know you said you don't normally have expectations, but maybe you could just talk about what you think of Phoenix 1 going up against them.
I mean, we've been scrimming them, and we both just got 0-3. Yeah. So we're coming into the game evenly shit on.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, but no, I don't have expectations. We're just gonna scrim as much as we can, fix as much as we can from these games, and hopefully come out third.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be better if we were against Liquid, so it would be guaranteed, but I think this is okay. Yeah.
Very, very good. Excited about Vancouver?
Yeah, actually, I really am. Vancouver, I've never been to Canada, so.
It's great. I love Vancouver.
Sweet.
Brazil's going to be even better for me.
I mean, they got our visas for Brazil, so.
Really? You should go.
I might as well just go. Otherwise, I'm going to waste it.
My birthday's during that week. We can hang out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to go to like a club or something?
Is that what you're going to do?
In Rio? I mean, what else is there? Revolta apparently is like a big party guy. We can go hang out with him.
Okay, if I come to Brazil, I will come to the club.
Okay. But it sounds like you're probably not going to go to Brazil, the way you said that.
I guarantee I'll come to Brazil.
You guarantee, and then we're going to the club.
I guarantee it, yeah.
Okay. You saw it here. Anything you want to say to the fans?
No.
You can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports here at Yahoo Esports.